just got a massive frame.
Oh my gosh. Look at how heavy he is. This is a different monster. You just don't get many opportunities at old mature bucks like this. That is a monster. So, when I look at this year in Mexico, down here, where we're at right now, we came into this go-around, thinking it would probably be a little bit different than last year. There's some big differences from when we hunted in Arizona with our bows to coming down to Mexico. Hear all those turkeys gobbling down there? You got thunder and lightning ripping. So the biggest difference I saw, and this goes back to last year, was where we happen to be in Mexico. This is a place that does not have a high density of deer. Low numbers. This is a tough place. There's days we don't see deer. And yet, we're back here because there's potential to take some really old, mature bucks. And that's what brought us back this year. We're crawling our way up this rock spine ridge. And we got some beautiful country both sides of it. And yet it's like void of deer. There's like one little spot up on the other side of this mountain that has a pocket of deer. Everything else is just empty. It's weird. Feels like we're walking past them, but I've probably hiked this trail 6 times. And I've seen one doe down here. It's picture perfect. There's water, there's everything, but empty. So my first Coues deer hunt, I want to say it was about 5 years ago. I think this is year 5 for Coues. It was a bow hunt. It was down in Arizona. And going into that hunt, I knew it was going to be one heck of a challenge because everything I'd ever heard about Coues deer was that they're, number one, they're tiny. And 2, they're just super wary. They live in cat country and they're kind of worried about everything jumping on them. And so I went down and felt like it was going to be a good learning experience that first year. And lo and behold, we actually tagged out on a couple of them. Brian and myself both got good Coues bucks with our bows that year. And we got to spend enough days on that hunt to really learn a ton of information that helped us in the future years. I figured out that, and I hate saying this because I'm a mule deer lover and I love hunting mule deer and they're my favorite animal in the world, but Coues deer happen to be a whitetail and they are extremely sneaky and extremely wary and just the most formidable challenge with a bow or with a rifle, both. I think taking a mature Coues buck with either weapon is difficult. What I learned from that initial trip was that they disappear not behind thick, heavy timber. They can literally disappear in grass. And if you take your eyes off of them, there's a good chance you might not see them again. So, locking in your binos on a tripod to the spot that you just happen to see a set of ears or an antler was important. Slowing down on the glass, looking at the north slopes during the daylight or the sunny times when it's a little warmer. Those north slopes were key. Oak brush, ocotillas. There were certain places that we figured out just made sense. We started putting the puzzle together as far as where to look at these things. More out in the yellow grass in the mornings. Slowly they would transition over to these north slopes. And then they're just gone, disappeared, unless there's a hot doe in the basin that keeps them up and moving. So, tons of respect. I learned that they are very small, very tiny, and tough to glass up. So the gray ghost definitely is a fitting name for Coues deer. Our buck's gonna be up here, so we're gonna go grab a vantage and overlook this thing until we find him, so we can go kill him. That's our master plan for the day.
Well, it is day 3 of our Coues deer hunt here in the Sonora Desert. It's been real slow. Rut's been real slow. It looks pretty green around here, and the grass is somewhat tallish, but apparently this is the most severe drought in years. There's not a lot of water, although there are pockets here and there, little seeps. But even though there's plenty of water for them to drink, the vegetation, some of the lush and nutritious foods that they would normally be feasting on are minimal. The rut has been really slow. All the deer seem a bit lethargic. The rutting activity is very low, which I think you would expect in a drought year to some extent. I mean, Mother Nature's going to do its thing. These deer are going to breed, but doesn't mean they're going to breed with the same gusto they would on a year that's not a 28-year drought. Brad spotted a buck on this top, rutting a doe really hard. And it happened real quick. We barely got to the top. He went ahead of me, and there it was. And so we have a waypoint where we put a marker where Brad saw that buck. We're gonna skirt up this mountain, try to get on that buck, see if we can get him before the sun goes down, relocate him. But he was hot after that doe, so maybe he'll stand up and give us a little more action before the sun goes down. So we worked our way from our glassing knob afar, come down through the big saddle and got over to these rocks. Just picked our way real slow. It's so noisy. So we just moved real slow. It took us an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to our killing spot. And we're kind of overlooking this basin where we last saw the deer. They're within 300 to 400 yards is the very top of that ridge. And then anything up this way is closer, so we're just kind of waiting them out. The deer are doing what I want to be doing, and that's shaded up and relaxing, because this heat is bullcrap. Brian loves it, but I not so much. We aren't 100% sure what bucks are there. I saw 2 good bucks, but I couldn't quite tell what the one was. He ran the other bigger buck off, and we looked at video of him, and he's pretty good. Really long main beams, but there's a couple other bucks in here as well.
Yeah, this year has been really tough. You know, we started off our first day. Brad and Brian went one direction. Joe and I, we went a different direction. And we went up and looked at an area that I had left a buck last year. The twin buck, I guess we call it. A really cool buck that was pretty near identical to the buck I ended up taking last year. Had a really cool kicker on his same side and everything. We did not locate that deer that first day. We found a couple other bucks in there, and we saw, I think, 8 does. So we were pretty shocked. Like, that was a good day. That's a pretty dang good day down here. And one of those bucks was pretty mature. Next day, we decided to kind of hit a new location. You know, the first few days, we want to check it all out. We want to hit all the spots that we'd seen deer the prior year and really get a feel for where we should kind of, you know, hunker down and spend the time. So we moved out into an area that had a pond, or a tank, they call them down here. Had some water, so we figured we'd kind of focus on that. And that first morning, you know, we picked up a really good buck, you know, a wide buck, long tines. Joe spotted it, and it was a cranker of a buck.
The doe just walked by.
We sat on that buck that day. We got to within like 200 yards of where we last saw him, and man, he just disappeared. He was just in the brush. You know, we didn't get our shot. So one thing about Coues deer we've learned is, especially with the mature bucks, I mean, mature bucks, small bucks, does, almost all of them, you don't get many looks. You know, you get very short looks. You might get 2 seconds of a look, or you might get just a glimpse, and then he's through the opening and into the oaks. And so you gotta really, you know, make those looks count. Like, you really gotta try to get into position and put yourself in a killing position. Even with a rifle, it's really tough. But, you know, that first day came and went. We ended up sitting down, and we just kind of spent this time on this knob hoping that deer would come back. We didn't want to push in too fast. We really slow played this. Our plan that day was actually to go a lot further than we did in our hike. But, you know, we felt like we made the right move. Didn't push it. Hoped he would show back up, but he didn't. And then we came back, and we kind of had a slow day. You know, just didn't show back up. Went back to that same area, and we found this thing about down here. You got to find your vantages. You know, you got to find what gives you the best look at the most country, or the country that you expect to see the deer. And like I said, this country, not all of it carries deer. It feels like about 5% of it carries deer. And man, I was on a really nice perch, and spent the most of the morning just picking this whole drainage apart. And I got a look at a big buck. Just happened to look top of the mountain, had a little patch of yellow up there, and within a half a second of me getting my glass on this buck, I knew this was a tank of a buck. Lo and behold, that buck stood up, and like most bucks do, big bucks, big Coues bucks especially, they just statue up, and they just stand there. They don't move a muscle, you know. And how many bucks I've glassed over probably out here when they're doing just that. They're just standing underneath the tree, not moving. Probably a lot, but man, that thing stood there, and I didn't want to shoot. I had one green limb running right across its vitals. And, you know, I wasn't rushed on at this point. Like I said, I think we had a lot more time, whether it was that day or the following day that I got this buck. He was the focus. So we're just going to not rush anything, not take a bad shot, not do anything stupid.
lot of open yellow grass, which is really nice because it gives us a lot of shooting lanes versus really thick. And it's still thick with the trees, but we should get them in the open, especially this evening. Hopefully get one down.
Holy cow. He's just got a massive frame. Brad, he's moving to the right. What's the range? Wow. Come straight along the tree line until you get to that tall tree, the tree with the big trunk.
Yep.
That trunk?
He was that low. I thought he was up the next set of trees.
No, he was right there.
Oh, he was? Okay.
He went straight to that tree, turned right, and he went right into that, behind that first cluster tree.
Yeah, that's where I saw him. He is in there somewhere. It's just really thick where he last went in.
Dude, he's got a massive frame.
Yeah, he
When I
does.
first saw him, he looked like he went straight out.
Yeah.
His head was down. I just saw like main beams coming out the side of his head.
Yeah, he runs real long. And then he's got some great length too. He's kind of bladed on like the one
Dude.
side.
He's not going to come out before it gets dark.
No, there's a reason he's that big.
I don't know. Oh, he's so frustrated. He's in an island. There's no way he slipped out. He's just behind that tree, man.
Has to be. And it's so thick I can't even look in there to pick it apart.
Look at him. Oh my gosh. He broke one off too. Look at how heavy he is. You know what? This is not the buck. This is not a buck that we saw last year. I think that other buck is the one we saw last year. This is a different monster. Oh, good looking buck, but it wasn't the lumpy and bumpy character.
Yeah, this guy's he's just got that extra age class to him where you just get all kinds of neat character.
Coues are so cool. The older they get, every year they add, they get a little character, it seems like.
Yeah.
This one's got it. I walked up on the buck and holy smokes, this thing is just a giant. I knew he was heavy just by the glimpse, but I didn't know he was this heavy.
Blue
just don't get many opportunities at old mature bucks like this. I mean, he's played. He's got everything. I love this, man. Look at this crab. You know, I didn't know that he had this really beefy, like, crab claw on his right side. You know, you think of crab claw deer, and usually it's like, it's not a good thing. This is the coolest crab claw I've ever seen on a deer. It's just awesome. When I came in here last year, this was just loaded with beds, and I found sheds in here, and it just felt right. But the wind was wanky that day, and I'm sure my scent blew all over the place because we had a storm come in. But this year, this spot just felt like it was gonna produce if we did it right. There was so much Simon here last year, and this big old hoss is just up here waiting for us. Yeah, I looked out. I knew he was big, but I didn't know he was this big. I just knew, first glimpse, I had never seen a Coues buck on the hoof as big as that one. That's why I said he looked like a mule deer, and I kept telling Joe, I was like, man, that thing looked like a mule deer when I saw it. Look at it, he got moosed out. Now he broke off the point here too. Dang. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Yeah. That is a monster.
I swear, though, if you don't, like we were talking, if you don't get him shot by noon or 1 o'clock, you have to try again tomorrow.
The evenings are just next to useless.
Yeah.
They go to bed early, dude.
Yeah.
And they get up late. If you hadn't glimpsed them from like a mile away,
Yeah, right.
we wouldn't even be right here.
No, exactly.
I mean, it feels like with Coues deer, it's just
a brief
thread
Yeah.
here
Yep.
you're grabbing onto. If I hadn't seen that buck for just 2 seconds, we wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah. Yep.
That's not enough to go on, dude.
Yep. I mean, there's your buck, you caught last year. You caught a quick glimpse of him. Ryan's buck last year in the vicinity. I laid eyes on a big deer. And then you guys came up, but it was just a brief second.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not called the Great Ghost for nothing.
Man, we had this buck using our crosshairs. Brad wasn't quite ready to shoot. He wasn't stable enough. He could have shot, but it wouldn't have been great. The buck just took 6 steps into the bushes, and that was it. Never came back out. So it's really getting dark now. We're loading up. We're gonna do a night hike, get out of here, and then try to be back here in the morning. We have a long mountain to climb. Tomorrow we'll bring our gear, and we'll plan to backpack in here and stay for a couple days if we need to. Anyway, cool looking buck. Brad just spotted the smaller, like 4x4 buck that was in here yesterday that the big buck chased off. So all the same deer are here. We just gotta find that big one. It's about 8:45. We're moving a little earlier than we expected, but it's alright. We just gotta find that big guy. He's right here somewhere.
eyes are closed. She's in the trees.
Yep, you're shining like a diamond. I know exactly. You're not from around here. and I saw, like 5 minutes later, I saw him come walking up. And you were looking at the two little bucks that are like licking themselves. But I'm like, I can't move. I can't do anything because she's right there. And I'm like, do you see him? And you're like, he's not the big one. And I'm like, no. Like, they're below. They're down below them. But, yeah, he smoked him right in his bed. And there goes the doe.
Keep her eyes open.
Yep. That's a new buck. He's like a 3-point. He's already on that doe. Like, I swear to these deer that are so unfamiliar with humans and hunting activity that when you crack a shot off like this,
There's 3 more bucks on her now, just like that.
yep.
Dude, that is a stud buck.
He's a great buck. But it's just like a crack of lightning to these deer, and they turn around and start running again. But I think we better keep eyes open for the possibility of another buck. Well, it's been about an hour since that buck hit the dirt. He didn't even move out of his bed. We kind of glassed this country around us, and before we lose our shade over there, we're gonna go take care of that buck, and then probably get camp set up shortly after, and glass all day tonight, and the rest of the evening. So we got probably 6 or 7 hours left of glassing light. I see a lot of main beam.
Looks like a freaking mule deer or something.
He does. He has got some main beam length.
He's got some mass.
Holy man. He's got those little splits.
Wow.
He's got those kickers.
Look at that.
That's kind of what sold me last night, was he had matchy. Like, he's so symmetrical.
He's taller than mine.
Yeah. Like, oh man. Cool. Cool bucks. They're so tiny, like just teeny tiny critters, man. But
That from behind, man.
yeah.
You just can
See, and that's
really see it.
that's what we saw last night, was this for the short.
Look at that sticker. He's got 2 stickers.
Yep.
Oh, he's
Flat there.
beast.
That is cool. I don't know what it is about the Coues deer, man. Like,
Just a
man. Oh, it's fun. When I saw this buck from over a mile away yesterday, I could tell that he was substantially bigger than the buck that was next to him. And then we had to come through that nasty top. It's like a big mesa, rock cliffs. And we came down in and snuck our way into him right here. And then when we laid eyes on him close, Brian spotted him first thing. And then he gave us just a quick glimpse, and then he disappeared again. And I had to go back and forth to the camera to like get a good look at him, you know, versus what you see in the binoculars is always different. And we decided, like, this is a buck that we needed to take, and just the adventure. I mean, look where we're at. You're in the remote mountains of Mexico.
I'm lonesome but happy, rich but I'm broke, and the good Lord knows the reason. I'm just a cowpoke from Cheyenne to Douglas, the ranges I know, 'cause I drift with the wind. No one cares where I go.
We always talk about it's where the animal takes you. Mule deer, sheep, Coues deer. Just the adventure that lies within is pretty incredible. I mean, we got 50-pound packs with water and food, and you know, you can make this the hunt you want. You can go hunt from a side-by-side if you really want to. You can just enjoy each other's company and laugh and have fun, or you can make it difficult. We seem to like the latter for sure.
Oh, riding the broncs in the big rodeo.
He's all bladed right here, and that's, you know, when you start to get a mature Coues deer, you get that blading action. You get
just some goofy stuff that starts going on. They don't really get much wider. They don't necessarily get much longer tined.
Getting those stickers.
They start to get just trash and mass.
Some evening in the springtime, a filly all fine, I might spend all summer with her on my mind. I'll never be branded.
Again, the country that, man, I don't know about you, Brian, but I kind of like this whole backpacking for Coues deer stuff.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And then BAM! Gritty stole Christmas. You can win it all. Everything in Gritty's backpack. The whole package can be yours. All you gotta do is shop at peaksequipment.com between now and December 19th. Use the code GRITTY, and every $10 is an entry to win. Let's go! All right, folks, thanks for hanging out with us today and watching our new film, Needle in a Haystack. Thank you for watching the last two films that we did. And thank you for getting in on the Wolf Hunt giveaway. We announced the winner for that last Wednesday. We'll talk about that more in a minute. As you can see, we're doing another giveaway. This is our second annual Gritty Soul Christmas giveaway. We did this last year. It was really fun. Basically, you can win everything that I carry around in my backpack. It's worth more than $8,000. And we'll get into that in a minute. But we have 4 winners to announce. If you left a comment on Blood in the Snow, if you shared it on our socials, if you left a comment on the struggle and shared that, you were entered to win 4 different prizes. We picked those 4 winners.
For leaving a comment in the YouTube film Blood in the Snow, we got Jackson from 8365. Fantastic film, great production, and just phenomenal content. Man, those wolves were bad, eh? What a hunt.
Thank you, Jackson, and thank you to everyone who left us a comment. We cannot thank you enough. What an incredible response we've been getting in the comment section. Unbelievable. I'm just grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jackson, you won a Stealthy Hunter rifle cover glassing pad and a set of Peaks trekking poles and a Peaks headlamp.
Yep.
Winner number 2 for sharing the film on social is
Wrangler.Williams. Wolf hunting can be such a controversial topic. They are truly an apex predator that needs managed like everything else. The gritty guys depict the beautifully in this film. Check it out.
Thank you, Wrangler. And winner number 3 is
leaving a comment on the struggle YouTube video. So we got Jeremiah Ellis 2002. Your films are the best in the business. The music from your video always seem to make it into my playlist. You guys do amazing work and are always an inspiration. Thank you for what you do.
Okay, that was Ellis?
That was Jeremiah Ellis.
Jeremiah, you won a rangefinder from Leupold, the 1400i.
Yep.
Congratulations. And our 4th winner for sharing the struggle on social media,
Josh_Homestead. He says, this is the greatest video I've ever seen. It's a mastercraft of story, journey quality, and deeper meaning. It captures the raw emotions beautifully. Amazing videography by Brad. It felt like I was there experiencing the action.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes.
And you won a pair of Peaks trekking poles. Congratulations, everybody who won. Thank you to everyone who left us a comment or shared on social media. For those of you that won, send us an email at grittybowman@grittybowman.com with your shipping information, and we'll get you hooked up right away. And finally, congratulations to Olin Machin, who won our Wolf Hunt giveaway.
Yeah.
Thank you, Olin. Congratulations to you. You won the Wolf Hunt. And if you want to win an all-in Digiscope adapter, leave us a comment on this video, Needle in a Haystack. Let us know what you think of the film. What you think of Ryan's buck, which measures over 130 inches, which they say is equivalent to like a 230-inch mule deer.
Yeah, it's like 220, 230-inch mule deer. I mean, it's just insane.
It is.
Great buck.
If you know, you know. It is an absolute giant deer. The video doesn't quite do it justice. And Brad really didn't want us to show them side by side for perspective.
No.
Actually, Brad's buck is just a giant as well, measuring about 117 inches plus a little bit. but so symmetrical and so pretty. It's so funny because yours is a giant
He's
deer.
a great Coues deer buck, and then
You put it next to Ryan's, and it's like you're dealing with like a moose and an elk. Like
Right.
there's just a difference.
there is, and again, like we couldn't be more happy for each other. Awesome.
Oh
Well done,
yeah,
Ryan.
I didn't get a buck on that hunt. There was a buck we were after that was similar to Ryan's.
Mm-hmm.
We were this close to getting him. He gave us a slip a couple times, and that's how hunting goes. But so far, both Ryan and Brad have taken consistently larger Coues deer than me. So, yeah, good times. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of the video, what you think of the hunt below. It helps us grow the channel. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate everything you're doing to help us out. And we have a new film coming up come January. Yeah, a couple new films. One of them is going to blow your mind. It's going to be so good. The other one's great, but they can't all be. They can't all be.
Can't all be Blood in the Snow and The Struggle. Like those were two incredible films. This film's great, but the upcoming ones, we have some good films.
There's
great
good
films.
ones in the pipeline. We're really trying to up the quality, and it's less films, but I think better films.
Yeah.
And for those that are interested in another giveaway, we are doing the Gritty Soul Christmas giveaway right now between now and December 19th.
Yes.
And if you're asking yourself, Brian, what could I win? What is in the Gritty Soul Christmas giveaway?
Big one.
If I were to buy something at Peaks between now and December 19th, what's in that giveaway? Well, folks, we have it for you right now in 4 minutes or less. Check it out. Initial Ascent 8K backpack makes a 100-pound load feel like 80. And my wife says I look sexy when I wear it. Stealthy Hunter scope and crown cover. Lightweight, protects the scope, the action, and the muzzle. Shield knife and tool. Nimrod knife. Lightweight, holds an edge. Also sexy. Leupold Pro Guide 2 bino harness, comfort, fold forward design, full protection for your optics. Leupold BX4 Pro Guide 10x42 binocular, crisp, clear. Graxaw game bags, ultra lightweight, ultra compact, ultra strong. Stealthy Hunter Wilderness Medical Kit. Everything you need for the backcountry, simple, lightweight. Coues Super Down Pro Jacket, super lightweight, super warm. Coues Super Down Pant, super warm, super lightweight. And also sexy. Mountain Ops Merino Battleground Hoodie. Resists odor, wicks moisture away from skin. Super comfortable. Jetboil, Minimo, Camp Stove, Micro Adjust Dial, Shallow Top, easy to get into, lightweight. Stealthy Hunter Glassing Pad, made by our friend Ryan Lampers. Keeps your ass warm and dry. Phenomenal design. What's that? Your Tushka? Nobody could design anything like this. It's amazing. Warm. For your booty. Hydropack Seeker 3-liter water bladder, lightweight, durable, and compact. Silky Saw Pocket Boy, lightweight, efficient, and extremely compact. Peaks Duo Headlamp, long life at high beam, red or green light, rechargeable, locking. GSI Micro Light Bottle, keeps cold, hot, lightweight. Dark Energy Plasma Lighter, rechargeable, withstands wind and water. Peaks Titanium Spoon, long handle, ultra lightweight. Graxaw Boot Dryers, they'll dry, fully insulated, full grain leather, boots in the backcountry. Also lightweight. Initial Ascent Pack Cover, lightweight, waterproof, easy to use. Katadyn Ultra Light UV Water Purifier, rechargeable. It works. The only time we've had beaver fever is when we didn't use it. Peaks Backcountry Elite Trekking Poles for stability when hiking. To set up our tarps. To add stability in the teepee with the cross-section design thingy. Peaks Solitude 4 Teepee Dyneema. Ultra lightweight, mega spacious, warm, and built to withstand heavy winds with ample guy outs and the cross-trekker design in the peak of the teepee. Peaks Torrid Wood Stove. Ultra lightweight, no loose parts, assembles in less than 60 seconds, and burns hot. Peaks Origami Tarp converts into an enclosed shelter and also can be used as a massive flat tarp. Thermarest X-Therm Air Mattress, highly insulated, durable, and lightweight. Peaks Solace 15 Sleeping Bag, 3-way center zip. It's got the armholes. It's got a water repellent foot box, doubles as a glassing jacket for those cold hunts, and converts to a quilt. Catula Microspikes, traction in mud, ice, and snow, lightweight. Schnee's Timberline 2.0 hiking boot, durable, lightweight, comfortable. Sheep Feet Custom Orthotics, saves your feet, takes your boot to the next level, worth every penny. Peaks Wool Beanie, comfortable, warm, breathable, and hides your bald head. Dark Energy Poseidon Pro
battery pack, durable, waterproof, reliable. Dark Energy Spectre solar panel, trifold design. No need for batteries in the backcountry. Tricer, BC tripod, LP head. Smooth head with a lightweight tripod. This is it for the backcountry. All-in Digiscope adapter, best on the market. Duckworth powder hoodie, made from the wool of sheep living in the high mountains of Montana, the coldest state in the nation. Warm, breathable, wool, comfortable. I hate how cold Montana is. Peaks, Stormcastle Gator, comfortable, won't fall off your calf, waterproof, durable, and sexy. All right, folks, there you have it. All the gear that you could win in the giveaway. Just shop at peaks.com. Use the code GRITTY. Between now and December 19th, you'll be entered to win. Merry Christmas. God bless you and yours. And thank you for always supporting us. Stay gritty.